Welcome back, Bonos, to another episode of Gunnersbury FM. Later than planned due to simming forward and the game just crashing. Literally, I'd sim forward. It happened twice actually. I sim forward, and as soon as I clicked on a couple of people's profiles, it just crashed. So I managed to save it before clicking this time, and it seems to have held up all right. So um, gives people opportunity who are farther behind to perhaps catch up, and those who are just smashing through it, maybe the absence of a few days without a video just whet the appetite for more. So as you can see, I've gone forward. It is a World Cup year, so I'll be looking into that. That's the one thing I was checking before when I said I clicked on a couple of profiles and it crashed. Sounds convenient, but I'm going to be honest and say that it was not part of the reason why it crashed, but Ireland failed to qualify in one of the crashes for the World Cup. So you might say as, oh, I crashed it on purpose, but honestly, I didn't. I've let everything just go with the flow. So and I haven't checked this time to see if the likes of England have made it. So in one of them, England only got through by the like sort of the best runner-up. They came second in the group, but had they didn't need to go in a playoff just because they were the second highest qualifier. Okay, but we'll just crack on. I've set the shortlist to strikers down, so I think there's been one or two moves, but we'll come on to that. So we'll start from the top with Matt. He's still at Roma. I think he was wanted, or he was going to leave at one point, or someone was after him. I think Liverpool are after all Gunnersbury boys, but let's see how he's got on. His attributes look decent. But again, he's just consistent. Doesn't get many goals, so I don't know how he can play so many games up front for big teams and not score many goals. Because if you play him as any one of those two, an advanced forward or a complete forward, he should be scoring goals. His description is a clinical striker. That is the exact opposite of what I would call him. Because that is league goals and overall as well. So he just plays league, but he's good on the international scene. So maybe it's just how teams are playing him. The artificial intelligence at all the clubs he's ever been at have always just not found the best role for him. So his average rating's never been that good either. Barcelona B was his best one, and the Championship. So other than that, in the top flight, he's never broke above a 7 average rating, which is for someone of his finishing and composure. Goals tend to boost your average rating, so that kind of explains that he's only got 6 goals. But you just don't know how Roma are playing him. But he's playing a fair bit. It's a high standard. He's got a few years left to run, and let's just check out if he won anything in Serie A. He's got into England's best 11. Oh yeah, we knew that. I thought that was something I'd missed. Okay, yeah. So what's this? Oh, that was a while ago. All right, so Matt, he's gone beyond that point now where you're saying, oh, he needs to double his goal tally, that sort of thing. He is in his peak year 28, but the fact that he didn't do it the last 2 years suggests that he's going to be consistent around that now. He did improve for one less game, 3 more assists, 0.04 of an increase, but Roma are probably a top 6 Serie A team, so he's not going to win anything. You'd like him to move back to the Prem just so he can compete against all of you guys, but he's got the international scene to look forward to. I've noticed he's on international duty, but we'll come on to that later. I haven't seen it for anyone, so I wouldn't panic just yet. So on to Bono. And he's moved to PSG, yeah, because I did see that in one of the crashes. That was the one thing I did spot. 2 of us had moved, but it's unfortunately one of us in this save hasn't seemed to have got the move. I'll come on to the other person later on. But as for our yeah, his attributes looking very good now. His finishing, I think, has improved a fair bit. PSG Oh, in the other one, he had him tutoring someone. He was down as like a. It's only a recent thing that I've started doing. If you get young players in with excellent potential, for them to maximise the potential, I've realised you have to get a main leader from the or a senior player to tutor them. For some reason, it just yields a big boost in their improvement, and it could have been part of the reason why some of us progressed further than others that I didn't focus on as much when I was looking in previous ones. But I don't seem to remember too much of us learning from anyone. Maybe someone like a Novak learnt that type of thing. But let's go on to his stats. So he's got the move. So wow, doubled the value. But there was also that part exchange might have been worth 6 or 7 million, but it's definitely an increase of at least 15, or you'd say it's around that in transfer value. And considering Tottenham released him, when was it? Tottenham released him in 2021. No, that was a loan. Yet 21, 22. Yeah, the summer of 21, he was released for free. 4 summers later, he's accumulated 63 million in transfer fees. Only 1 year at Liverpool, which is surprising. You don't normally see that, considering he had a decent year as well. But obviously, Liverpool are a really big team. So I was going to say PSG are bigger, but it's not that. PSG is just richer, and Liverpool probably have either a younger player coming through or have their eye on someone else. But a goal every other game in the Prem is, it's good. Top goal scorers in the Prem are going to be getting low 20s, so he's up there. He's an England international, which is surprising why Liverpool let him go, because homegrown players are so valuable in this. I've learnt from my Arsenal file that it's when you keep bringing in foreigners who are good youngsters, you've only got 23-man squad or 25-man squad, and you need to have something like 8 homegrown players. So they either have to be in your academy for 3 years from the age of 18, or they need to be sort of English based from other clubs, which is quite tough because there's a dearth of English talent. So looking at his PSG stats, it's pretty special. Almost a goal a game. Obviously, the standard in the French league's not as high as the Prem in terms of the depth and quality. And his average rating is his best one yet. Internationally, smashing it. Cup, doing well. So overall, excellent year on the stats. Seems to have played every game, because I don't know when that deal happened. It looked like it could have happened in the summer, which makes me think he's been injured, because he hasn't played every game. Yeah, in January he was out for 2 months. So that explains part of the reason why he didn't play as many games. But PSG are a very good team, so maybe he's done something on the continent, or he's got some French. You expect them to have won the league, but Monaco are a juggernaut in this as well. I'm just trying to think. In the French league, they play about 36 games. So he's played half the game. So you'd say he's their number one striker. I'll have a look at their team. None of us are else at PSG. We're not going to be recognising players now. That's the thing. Well, I recognise a couple of them from real life. Basakoglu. He's not the fake one that used to be amazing in the old Football Managers, but I recognise Zakari Bukali, Thomas Martinez. I've had them all at Arsenal at some point in my game, but most of them I don't recognise, so it's not going to really help us. But I'm assuming he just starts. Yeah, so they've got him as he's the support striker, which is good for his movement. But as you can see, he's not their most prolific one. They've got this chap who's better average goal per game ratio, and so is Tissot. So yeah, he's good. He's in like a 3-way for 2 spots, which is good. You want that. You need healthy competition. Let's just check if he won anything. Career stats, achievements. So he won. He did the double. Oh wait, yeah, he did the double. That would have been assuming the equivalent of the Charity Shield, because it was 25. So he's done the double. He's won the cup. They do have the option of the treble in France. Like they have their league and FA Cup equivalent, but the League Cup is I think it's even more lowly regarded than sort of our Capital One equivalent. But the French FA Cup is very big. It's like the English one. Wow, so it's 50, it was